Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing the 29th month update and I just want to update. I have finally retightened my hair. I think last video I was mentioning that I hadn't had a retie in a long time and that situation persisted and I finally got a retie yesterday. So I'm filming this video with a fresh retie. I think we can tell. The situation is I had to go to a backup loctician to get my retie, and situating that took a little bit longer, and so this is why my retie was super duper overdue. So I'll be able to give advice and information on what happens if you don't retie for a long time. My last retie was April 24th. And I was able to retie yesterday, which was July 29th, yesterday was. So yeah, this is what happened to me. Update on my hair. I lost this lock when I washed my hair last time. This lock was lost. I tried to keep it to show you guys, but I don't know where I put it, but it was longer. It was probably as long as this one. Maybe not as long as this one, because this one has been rebellious. It took longer to lock, so it was maybe half as long as this one, and now it's back to being a baby lock. So this is lock number 1. I showed in a few videos before how it was thinning in the middle, so this lock was already in jeopardy, and I braided and banded. But usually when I have a lock that is kind of fragile and weak, I usually protect it more, but last time I washed my hair, I just forgot and I just braided and banded like willy-nilly, and I forgot my special locks that I have to protect, and I just went and washed my hair. So I also forgot my lock that had unraveled, the first one that was thinning in the middle that I lost last retie in April. This one I forgot again to protect it, and it just unraveled. So I don't know if this one will survive even if we try again, because it's really small. So the other one that would be comparable to it on the other side, you know how your head is supposed to be symmetrical. This one is long like this. So the lock that I lost was probably long like that, or almost as long. But again, this one is really thin. It's baby hairs. So I don't know how strong it will ever get. So these are the 2 locks I lost. Otherwise, I haven't noticed anything else. I'm sure there are other locks that are becoming weaker in the middle that I have to like pay attention to. But those are really rare, and right now I couldn't point out another one. So these 2 were the main ones that I was expecting to lose, and I actually did lose them. So yeah, otherwise my hair is growing nicely. I probably say this every time. The growth is really beyond what I ever imagined that I would get. I am really happy with my progress. I have nothing to say about the growth. The locking process, it's taking its time. I guess it's supposed to take time. There's nothing you can do really to accelerate it, or there's nothing that I want to do. I don't want to add work to my routines. What else did I try? This month I tried a new shampoo because I wanted to see if it will help me with the buildup. Yeah, the buildup I am seeing on my locks. I guess if I come closer, you should see it. I see residue, different parts of my hair. So I'm seeing residue, and I wanted to see if there was a way that I could remedy that. Ooh. That was hard to say. So remedy that. So I tried another shampoo. It's the Neutrogena shampoo. So my experience with it is, I don't think I used it properly the first time I used it. So I think I will have to dilute it a lot more because it's a very thick shampoo, and I put it in my squeeze bottle to dilute it, but I put a lot, and then I put a little bit of water to dilute it, but it wasn't, I don't think it was enough. So if I use it next time, I will use just a little, like a little bit at the bottom of my bottle, and add a lot of water and stir. You know how you can't really shake shampoo, so stir a little bit and then apply Hopefully that will be better, because I felt like it was thick on my hair and then I could still smell it. I washed my hair again after that, but I can still smell it in my hair. Hopefully it's not gonna create residue. I don't know if it means there's still shampoo in my hair. That's something I did that was different this month. I'm not planning on doing that a lot, trying a bunch of products. I just had a problem and I wanted to see if I could fix the problem, and so far I can't really recommend it. I didn't see any real improvement. So I'm gonna see if I use it once a month. I'll come back. Of course, I will update as soon as I see a change. But if I don't update, it's because I don't like the shampoo. It was fun to try something else because your hair smells differently than what you're used to. It's like, oh, my husband thought it was a little bit overwhelming. He enjoys the fact that the Sisterlocks shampoo, it's not overwhelming, the smell of it. And I like that too myself, but I didn't mind the Neutrogena shampoo. The scent was fine. It wasn't overpowering, overwhelming, like a fruity or flowery smell. Not at all. It smelled like a baby product, honestly. So apart from the fact that I had to wait a long time to retie my hair and that I had to try a new loctician, nothing new happening. I can do a 360 just to show what the retie is looking like and what my hair is looking like, of course. Okay, let's try the other side. So this is the back. I did this little thing just to keep my hair off my face. I can't do anything with my hair because I just had a fresh retie. I have to say, usually when I get a fresh retie, my head is not that sensitive, but today it is. I don't know if it's because I hadn't had one in a long time or if she retightens tighter. It's not like so much that it's giving me the little bumps. You know, when you get the little bumps, it's a sign that it's too tight, like it's pulling, and then you're gonna lose hair. So I don't have any bumps, which is good, but it's a little tighter than I usually have my hair retied. But new person, new client. So my hair is locking properly, and then I still have these very thin strands of locks that are not formed at all. I can't wait to see what happens to them. And my ends are still curly. Like most of my ends are like this. And so yeah, for curly ends, I see a lot of people asking what to do if you want to keep your ends curly. If you're wearing Sisterlocks, I don't think that it's recommended by the Sisterlocks company to tamper with the locking process and try to keep your ends curly, but of course it's your hair. So if you want to do what you want to do, you decide. I would say if you find the courage to admit it to your Sisterlocks consultant, it's better. But again, it's your hair. So if you want to keep your ends curly, what you have to do, I think, is be dedicated. That's one thing that you have to do, because your hair is going to lock and sometimes it will just surprise you. And then if you are tampering with the locking process, you're just going to be fighting with nature. So if you leave your hair alone, when you do whatever it is that you do, if it's interlocks, Sisterlocks,
calm coils, I can't say calm coils, calm coils, I can't say that.
And also twist, whatever, braid locks, whatever it is that you decide to start your locks with, if you leave your hair alone, it will lock on its own without you doing anything. So to prevent your ends from locking, you have to do something. If you're dedicated and you really want to do it, you can pick at your ends. I don't know if it's worth it, but you can pick at your locks and make sure that the ends always stay loose, because that's how you're gonna keep your ends curly. Nobody's doing anything for this to be like that. It's just the nature of your hair. Your hair will curl up like that without any products, without doing anything. It will curl up like that because you have kinky curly hair. My hair is 4A in the back, 4B, and 4C here. And I got curly cues on all the 3 sections of my hair. I get curly cues. Here, my curly cues are more like this. They look like curlies. And then some of them are like this. So not super like curly, like it's more like I would say most people, if they really want to keep their ends curly, then they have to temper with the locking process. I won't do it. I decided in the beginning, I was like, oh, it's cute. I want to keep. So I would put maybe a little bit of oil in the end just to keep them moisturized so they don't lock. But that became old really fast. I'm not doing anything, and I'm actually enjoying how my hair is changing over time. And also listen to other YouTubers who've mentioned that the fact that your ends are loose is not necessarily a good thing. You can end up with fat locked ends. The locking process, because it was tampered with, it will not look the way that you want. And it depends, because some of my ends, I didn't really temper with my hair that much, and some of my ends are fatter than others. I don't find it ugly. I find it unique. I find those locks are unique. They have their own personality, like this one. It's fatter here than here. And also, in a few years, when your locks are long enough, you can get a haircut and they will just go away. I don't worry about it. I don't think that it's something that you should be really thinking about. So yeah, like I said, if you want to temper with your ends to get the curly cues, I think you have to have a super dedicated routine, like weekly wash routine, so you can brush and pick at your locks so that the ends stay loose, and add products like conditioner and oils just to the loose part to keep them moisturized and conditioned, and brush your ends with a brush. But I think that you're risking a lot by doing that. You're risking the integrity of your lock. That means you don't know how your locks are gonna lock, and it might not be a good idea. So personally, I wouldn't recommend it. But for people wondering, what are those curly cues? They are just loose hairs that haven't locked yet. Because when you start your locks, the ends are a little rebellious. They unravel a little bit. It doesn't matter if you start them with twists, if you start them with interlocks, the ends, they unravel a little bit, and you don't get to lock all the way to the end. And then sometimes it goes up a little bit more. So like this one, for example, it wasn't interlocked till the end, but it unraveled. So I have all this. As far as the thinning locks that I got, I asked the loctician I went to see, and she was like, yeah, it can happen. It's not the end of the world. It's not something that you should be like worried about. It can happen that it's at a certain section, depending on how your hair is. You're gonna experience that. It's nothing that you should be really worried about, unless this is happening all over your head. Then it might mean that maybe your locks were not installed properly, or maybe the health of your hair. If you're going through something like postpartum shedding, it affected me a lot. If I had locks back then, I would have lost a lot of locks because I lost a lot of hair. I have 3 kids, so the 3 times I lost a lot of hair. And during pregnancy, my hair grew so beautifully. I think I got somebody asked the question what to do. There's nothing that she told me that she could do to prevent it or to do anything. So for that, I don't think there's anything we can do. We have to just accept that sometimes with locks, you will get thinning ones, and you have to assess. You have to know your body. You have to assess. I know that I suffer from shedding when my hormones are fluctuating. So if I see thinning locks at the crown, I will know that it's because something's happening with my PCOS, with hormone imbalances and everything. I will know that I have to look into it, be careful, go back to being strict on my diet, or take my vitamins, or whatever it is that I need to do to give my body strength so that I don't shed as much. But having gone through this before, there is not really anything that I can do to prevent shedding. When it happens, it happens. With the locks, I'm taking advantage of the fact that even if my hair sheds a lot, it goes into the lock. But I know it's wishful thinking to say that locks will have completely solved all my hair issues, that I will never go through anything. So I am very aware that this good journey might not last forever, but I'm milking it for as much as I can because I am really enjoying this journey. It doesn't matter if I only get to wear Sisterlocks for 5 years. I will have a good 5 years. Locks have just been so good for my hair. And again, I will stress, it's not Sisterlocks in itself. It is the fact that I chose the smaller locks, and they come with their own side of cons, and I shared that video before. The fact that I decided on small locks is not always the best for me, but it is the best for my hair. It's not the best for my patients, it's not the best for my wallet, and it's not the best for my stress level, because not being able to retie your hair on time is very stressful, but it has been the best for my hair. And if I can enjoy that journey for another few years, I will definitely do that. If and when it becomes too much, it's my life, it's my happiness. If and when it doesn't make me happy anymore, I will do just like my other YouTubers and say bye-bye to this journey. I saw another side of Sisterlocks this summer, and it's hard. Yeah, guys, this is it. This is my update. I wanted to thank you guys for liking the video if you liked it. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. I love your comments. I love responding to the comments. So thank you so much for commenting. If you have any questions, as usual, leave them down below. I answer all the comments. And if you have any suggestions, I'm always open to suggestions. And I thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.